Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Engineering Lab. Today, we're zeroing in on a highly specific, honestly high-stakes topic that consistently trips up thousands of candidates globally every single year. Whether you're sitting for syllabus 0417, 0478, 0983, 0984, 2210, or specifically tackling the AS and A-Level 9618, mastering the precise mechanics of reading records from files is absolutely crucial. I'm telling you, it's the exact difference between sitting comfortably at a B grade and securing that coveted A-star. I'm your host for today's explainer, and as we dig through these official Cambridge Examiner reports together, it's genuinely eye-opening to discover exactly what the graders are hunting for. You see, way too many students walk into their Cambridge computer science exams fully loaded with raw knowledge, but completely lacking the analytical architecture to actually deploy that knowledge effectively. Well, we're going to change that right now. Today, we're going to build bulletproof arguments with stress-tested evidence and incredibly strict quality control. So let's get right to it.
Okay, let's dive into this first massive hurdle. Have you ever stared down a 6 or 8 mark question on file processing, watched the clock ticking, and felt entirely overwhelmed? Multi-step calculations and extended responses are notorious for absolutely destroying grades. To show you why, I want you to picture 2 hypothetical students, let's call them Alex and Sam, taking a real Cambridge past paper question on file handling. Now, when Alex sees a question about reading records from a sequential file, Alex panics and just overloads the answer with raw computer science facts. Alex starts writing down everything imaginable about file types, storage mediums, data types, completely ignoring the specific analysis the question is actually asking for. The result? Massive red pen marks. 0 context, 0 points. Sam, on the other hand, rushes. Sam sees the word files and instantly starts scribbling out pseudocode, completely missing the fact that the command word was actually evaluate, not write an algorithm. Sam misses the command word requirements entirely. So why do students lose marks? Simply put, because they lack a structured system. They treat complex file reading operations like it's a memory test, rather than what it actually is, a systematic engineering problem. So, to fix this, here is our exact playbook for today to secure those maximum marks. First, we'll be decoding the examiner's mind. Second, core principles. Third, technical methodology. Fourth, critical evaluation. And finally, we'll wrap up with the final system.
Section 1. Decoding the examiner's mind and top mistakes. Let's look directly at the data to see where candidates are bleeding marks. Consider this slide an urgent flashing red flag alert. The absolute #1 mistake candidates make is being way too vague. Saying something like, the program reads the file to find the data is going to get you exactly 0 marks. Examiners want specific, technical details. They want to hear about opening the file in read mode, assigning data to specific variables or arrays, and checking for the end-of-file marker. You have to speak their language. Mistake number 2, forgetting boundary conditions and edge cases. Think about it. What happens if the file you're trying to read is entirely empty? What if the record you're searching for is the very last one? Or what if it doesn't exist at all? If your algorithm or your written explanation doesn't actively account for these extremes, you lose marks immediately. Mistake number 3, answers are not specific to the given context. Look, if the exam prompt is about reading patient records for a hospital database, and your answer talks generically about items or users, you're throwing away points. Raw facts without specific context are virtually useless in Cambridge exams. Now here is a highly valuable insight pulled straight from the principal examiner reports. Graders consistently see candidates confusing basic terminology. Words like record, field, file, and database are constantly used interchangeably by students who are rushing. Let's clear this up right now. A field is a single piece of data. A record is a collection of related fields, and a file is a collection of related records. If you randomly swap these terms while explaining your logic, the examiner assumes you literally do not understand the underlying architecture of a database. So, a surprisingly easy way to lock in those foundational marks is to simply define your key terms right at the start before you use them in extended responses. It shows immense clarity and precision, and it sets the tone that you know exactly what you're talking about. Moving on to Section 2, Core Principles and the Method Mark Strategy. This is where we shift from the problem to the solution. This brings us to a frankly crucial grading mechanic that you absolutely must leverage, the method mark strategy. In complex file handling questions, you can actually earn points simply by demonstrating the correct procedural process, performing systematic analysis, and showing crystal clear working, even if your final output or calculation is slightly off. Think of it like this. If your logic for opening the file, setting up the loop to iterate through the records, and closing the file is flawless, you will grab the vast majority of the marks, even if you made a tiny syntax error in your data assignment somewhere in the middle. The examiner wants to see your thought process. This perfectly aligns with the Peel framework top students use: point, evidence, explanation, link. Make your point, back it up with the procedural evidence, explain the logic, and link it back to the specific question context. By the way, before we continue, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon right now. All right, Section 3, Mastering the Technical Methodology. Let's break down the exact procedural framework you need. And this brilliantly illustrates the standardized 4-step sequence mandated by the syllabus for literally any file reading problem. Step 1, identify key elements. First, ask yourself, what data structure is being used here? Are we dealing with a simple text file or a binary file? Are we pushing this data into standard arrays or custom record data types? You have to map the territory first. Step 2, apply relevant principles. If the prompt mentions it's a sequential file, well, you instantly know you must read it line by line from the very beginning. You can't just jump to the middle. Step 3, execute analysis with clear working. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you write your code or structure your appeal paragraph, showing exactly how the loop iterates over the file. Step 4, verify results. This is your ultimate quality control. You need to mentally dry run your logic against an edge case, like an empty file, to ensure your program doesn't just crash. When candidates consistently apply these 4 steps, messy, chaotic answers completely transform into highly structured, examiner-friendly responses. Let's look at this chronologically as an algorithmic thinking timeline. This is your computer science success blueprint in action. Phase 1 is decomposition, breaking that massive file reading task down into digestible chunks. Phase 2 is selecting your data structures, making the critical decision of whether to load those file records into a 1D array, a 2D array, or an array of records depending on the exam prompt. Phase 3 is implementing the code efficiently. And Phase 4 is rigorous testing. Stop scrolling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. We've helped thousands of students improve by 2 to 3 grade boundaries. Join them right now by subscribing to at acetheexams_IGCSE and turn on all notifications so you never miss our weekly exam strategy sessions. Welcome to Section 4, the Critical Analysis and Evaluation Workshop. Get ready, because we're stepping up to the highest level of assessment now. Okay, I want to challenge you right now. Let's do a mental data scan. Imagine a 60-second timer on your screen. When examiners ask you to evaluate an algorithm for reading records from a file, they aren't looking for a summary. They are looking for you to extract the core trends using 3 very specific metrics. Look at this table. First, time complexity. How fast is your algorithm? If you have a massive file with 1 million records, does your program have to read all 999,999 records just to find the final one? Second, space complexity. Are you trying to load the entire massive file into main memory all at once, which could literally crash the system? Or are you smartly reading and processing it one single record at a time? And finally, edge cases. How does the system behave under extreme conditions? Time's up. The core trend you need to extract here is that top-tier evaluation isn't just saying an algorithm works, it's proactively proving how well it scales when the file context gets extreme. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing it in practice. Let's play Find the Flaw. Compare these 2 answers. A vague answer simply says, this algorithm is better because it is faster and uses less memory. Can you spot the flaw? It completely lacks comparative connectives, it lacks hard evidence, and it completely ignores the context of the file. It's an empty statement. Now look at the A-star answer. It sounds like this. While algorithm A requires less space complexity, algorithm B is superior due to its optimized time complexity when handling edge cases in the specific file context. The examiner commentary on responses like this is absolutely glowing. Why? Because the A-star candidate actively identifies similarities and differences. They use comparative connectives like while and due to. They acknowledge trade-offs. This is the exact blueprint for how you secure maximum marks on an evaluate command word. So breaking it down, evaluative thinking has 4 distinct characteristics you need to memorize. Number 1, it considers multiple solutions. Number 2, it actively analyzes trade-offs. Sure, maybe your file reading method is incredibly fast, but does it eat up way too much RAM? Number 3, it acknowledges systemic limitations. And number 4, most importantly, it justifies decisions with hard evidence pulled directly from the exam prompt. I want to challenge you to a speed writing exercise right now. After you finish this explainer, set a 30-second timer on your phone and try to write one perfect Peel paragraph evaluating a simple linear search algorithm on a text file.
If you can clearly hit all 4 of these characteristics before the timer buzzes, congratulations, you are writing at an A-star level. And finally, Section 5, the final system and wrap-up. Let's cement everything we've built today. I really want to leave you with this direct quote straight from the Cambridge Computer Science syllabus because it hits the nail on the head. Top-performing students exhibit connected, conceptual understanding transferable to unfamiliar contexts. That right there is the ultimate goal. When you stop blindly memorizing code and start truly understanding the deep architecture of file processing, absolutely no exam scenario can catch you off guard. Today, we've decoded the examiner's mind. We've walked step by step through the technical methodology, and we've practiced critical analysis. The final system comes down to 3 rules. Decode the command word, apply the Peel framework, and use a time management matrix so you don't rush like Sam did. Look, the social proof is clear. Students who implement these specific computer science strategies see an average improvement of 2 whole grade boundaries. But that's only if they practice consistently with our weekly explainers. So here is your final reminder. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Subscribe right now to at acetheexams_IGCSE and click that bell. Seriously, don't let another exam pass you by. Now, I want to hear directly from you. Drop a comment down below with your target grade for computer science and tell me, what is the absolute biggest challenge you're facing when it comes to reading records from files? Is it getting the erase set up right? Is it those tricky end-of-file loops? Let me know. Our team literally responds to every single comment. Make sure to like and share this explainer with a study partner who needs to level up their exam strategy. Ace the Exams. Your Cambridge success starts here. Keep practicing those past papers, keep analyzing your mistakes, and I'll see you in the next masterclass.